everyone, welcome back. It's Jen, and today we're going to go over some AI image generators. I had mentioned in a previous video that for my niche pursuits AI site, I'm actually using, I would say 95% AI images, and I typically use Koala or Canva. So let's just do a little deep dive on this, and I'm going to give you some examples of some real AI images with the prompts that I used, and then I'm also going to show you some tips that I've found make them better. And I'm also going to go over the severe limitations that AI generators have on photos. Now, personally, the two that I have played the most with is Koala Chat's Dream feature and then Canva's Magic Media. Now, I do have a lifetime deal with Koala, so I get so many credits per month for the chat feature. And then for the Canva, it is part of just their regular, like free plan or their pro plan. And we'll go over that in a minute. Now for Koala Chat, literally all you do is backslash and then the word dream and then just describe the image that you want. Super simple. There is a Discord chat where it gives you tons and tons of ideas of how to prompt it, but I've figured out that just playing with it does the best. Now for Canva, you would just go to apps and search for Magic Media, and then this little black box shows up, and you just type in the prompt that you would want, and you can pick the style and then create your image. Now, I will note that if you are a free user, you have 50 lifetime images that you can use. If you're a pro Canva subscriber, you can use up to 500 every month and it resets. And if for some reason your text does not generate an image, and the reason why I would do that is if you used a word that was on their ban list. And honestly, I don't think they've released all the words, but so far I have found words like blood and ball. I tried to describe something as blood red, did not like that. I also tried to, I think I described a cheese ball and it said no, ball is not allowed. So there's a few others I've come across, but I don't remember them. And it also definitely specifies that if you just need a generic image or an image that probably already exists, you would want to just go ahead and use the media library. So you kind of have to weigh that because as you'll see in some of the examples, they do get a little weird. So the prompt that I'm going to use for both Koala and for Canva is cooking pasta in a pan on the stove. Let's see how it does. Okay, this first image is the one from Koala. And at first glance, it does not look bad. It looks really good until you start looking at the details. If you look at this pan in the front, you'll see the edge is a little wonky. You'll also notice that the background stove doesn't quite line up if you're looking at the lines. So the other thing is Koala only puts out one image per credit. So if this image didn't work for you, you'd have to start over and do another one and it would cost you another credit. Now this is that same prompt that we put into Canva. And what I do like is that it gives you 4 different takes on that prompt. Now, unfortunately, if you kind of zoom all these, you'll notice none of these would work on a blog. Some of these have really wonky handles. The top left one has like 3 handles and the one down here has 2. Some of these you might be able to kind of crop close, but honestly, I wouldn't be able to use any of these images. All right, so here are side-by-side images of the prompt I used was a picnic set up in the park. Okay, and I picked the best one from Canva, and this is the one it gave me from Koala. And honestly, these are not bad, but when you start looking at some of the details, you'll realize these are actually pretty bad. But the cinematography or just the lighting is really great on both of them. So let's go over some ways that we can make our prompts better to get better images. The first tip is to use a super simple command. For this one, I use the term pink cupcake. And honestly, all of these I could probably use. I mean, it literally is what it is. And honestly, all the pictures and the shadows and everything look pretty good. My second tip is simply tell the AI where you want your object to be. So for instance, this one, I put pink cupcake at a birthday party. This kind of gives your picture a little bit more context. And overall, these are not bad pictures, but I will say that we have some proportion issue on the Canva ones over here, where you'll see we have a little tiny candle on a much bigger cake. And anyone looking at this would go, that doesn't look right. That looks photoshopped, because that's honestly what it looks like. My third tip is to avoid words or phrases that have multiple meanings. And the perfect example of this is if you're in America, there is a snack called ants on a log. And I have included a picture of what it should look like. It should be a piece of celery with peanut butter and then raisins on top. Now, when I gave Canva and Koala this, it obviously did not understand, even though I put in context for it in parentheses the children's snack. It still didn't quite understand it. Canva got a little close because it looks like the twig is made out of peanut butter, so it was kind of trying, but AI just is not ready for any kind of slang or maybe common terms that you would use. Like, for instance, saying the word Kleenex instead of tissue. It's probably not going to understand what Kleenex means. My number 4 is AI can get very confused very easily, especially if you use multiple words that bring up different visual elements. So, for instance, this one was a chicken salad sandwich. And if you're in America, this is definitely not what a chicken salad sandwich looks like. And this, it looks like they tried to put a salad with chicken on top of bread, which isn't quite right. So, you have to really think literally about your prompt because that's how the AI is going to look at it. My number 5 tip is don't go too short. Yes, we want simple commands, but we don't want to go too short. The command I used on these was Christmas tree. Now, the one from Koala, it's not bad, but it's not a particularly great image. And honestly, none of these 4 from Canva I would be able to use at all. Now, my last tip would be to keep playing with it and tweaking the prompt. And these images turned out pretty good. The prompt I used was fireplace decorated for Christmas. And overall, they turned out pretty good, except this time Koala seemed to have an issue with proportions because either this fireplace is really big or this Christmas tree is really small. The ones from Canva did pretty good, except for the one with the Christmas stockings. They look awful. They just don't really make sense, but overall, not bad. Now, I kind of flip and flop of which way I want to go, whether I want to use Koala or Canva. It really just depends on how the AI is feeling that day because sometimes it just works really well and other days it's almost like stupid. It just doesn't understand. So sometimes when that happens, I just take a break and then try again later. Now, I will say there are some things that AI at this point in time just cannot do. So if you need like a person or a body part, like a hand or an animal, I'm most of your images are just not going to turn out right. Honestly, they're just going to look super creepy. The second thing is you have to pay close attention to the details in the background. Now, thankfully, most of these can be cropped out, but a lot of times you'll notice that the details sometimes look really off. And that would be like the extra handles, just things look weird. The other thing is it cannot do anything with text. I tried to do an image of a whiskey cocktail and it kept giving me bottles with text that just looked like gibberish on it, and those would definitely not work. And another thing is that when you have certain items that are supposed to be random, the AI just doesn't do it well because it's literally placing each little part. So if you do something like a salad or like a display of multiple items, it tries to make it all uniform. It doesn't really understand just randomness. The last thing is just like with any AI, you really have to play with it and practice and tweak your prompts. It is very rare to just get, one click images on this. You really have to play with it. So let me know what your experience is with AI image generators and let me know which one you like best. I'll see you guys later. Bye.